Kodak Black, a name once synonymous with success in the rap game, is currently in a spiraling state that has many concerned about his well-being. His situation has grown so dire that even Kanye West, a well-known figure in the music industry, felt compelled to speak out in an attempt to help save him. In a recent statement, Kanye West expressed his concern, noting that he wanted to fly to Atlanta and personally help Kodak out of the rough patch he's currently in. The viral incident that prompted this reaction saw Kodak Black in the middle of a street in Miami, eating chicken and appearing disheveled, strung out, and not like his usual self. This deeply unsettling image caught the attention of many, including Kanye, who urged those around Kodak to intervene and help him before it was too late. Kanye's statement shows how urgent the situation is, as he pleaded with those in Atlanta and Miami, as well as those who know Kodak personally, to step in and help him get back on track. Many people were initially under the impression that Kodak Black was still in Miami, but it was revealed that he had relocated to Atlanta. This only deepened the concern as friends and fans alike scrambled to figure out what exactly was going on with the rapper and what could be done to help him. Kanye emphasized that he was serious about his intention to intervene and assist Kodak, stressing that this wasn't about fame or attention, but about genuinely trying to save a life. He went as far as saying that people should sit next to Kodak, enjoy the meal with him, and provide support during this difficult time. To truly understand how Kodak Black ended up in this dire state, it's essential to take a step back and look at his journey over the past few years. Kodak's life has been filled with ups and downs, from his rapid rise to fame to his troubling encounters with the law and struggles with addiction. In February 2023, Kodak Black found himself admitting to being on lean, a form of recreational drug, but he denied using any other substances. This came after he pled not guilty to possession and firearm charges. During an emotional Instagram Live, Kodak explained that he had been under the influence of lean while in front of his family's house, leading to a chaotic and worrying situation. He seemed to be grappling with the repercussions of his actions and the way they were being portrayed publicly. The public scrutiny surrounding his legal issues, combined with the pressure from the media, only seemed to exacerbate his struggles. Shortly after this, things took a darker turn when the authorities raided Kodak's Florida home and he was arrested. While in custody, Kodak hired a lawyer, Brian C.N., who managed to negotiate with a federal judge, securing a deal where Kodak would be sent to a rehabilitation facility rather than serving an extended sentence in jail. The decision to send him to rehab instead of jail was seen as an opportunity for Kodak to turn his life around. It marked a pivotal moment where he was given the chance to recover, reflect, and get back on track. Kodak's time in rehab marked a significant shift in his life. For the first time in a while, he seemed to be focused on self-improvement. During his 30-day stay at the Legacy Rehabilitation Facility, he spent his days writing music, working out, and engaging in activities that contributed to his mental and physical well-being. His time in rehab was a period of reflection, where he worked towards becoming a better person. Upon his release, Kodak quickly got back to music, dropping his hit song Walk that gained 33 million views within just 2 weeks of its release. It seemed like the beginning of a major comeback for the rapper, with his career on the rise again. However, this newfound success was short-lived. It wasn't long before Kodak's old habits crept back into his life, and he found himself falling into the same destructive patterns once again. During a live stream with popular streamer Kai, Kodak appeared visibly out of sorts, sweating profusely, swatting at things that weren't there, and behaving in a way that left viewers concerned for his well-being. His behavior on the stream alarmed over 100,000 viewers, many of whom questioned whether Kodak was under the influence again. It was clear that his return to the spotlight was clouded by the same issues that had plagued him before. The following morning, Kodak went on Instagram Live to explain what had happened during the live stream. He seemed defensive, stating that nobody liked him anymore, and he claimed that he had the right to make his own choices, including whether or not he continued using drugs. Kodak was dismissive of those who were concerned about him, taking an aggressive stance toward his fans and the people who were worried about his well-being. He expressed frustration at the fact that people only cared about him when he was sober, and he seemed unwilling to acknowledge that his actions were having negative consequences not just on his career, but on his life and the lives of those around him. This behavior was the final straw for many in the rap industry who had been closely following Kodak's journey. It became clear that he needed help, And this was when figures like Wallow and Gilly stepped in to offer Kodak some life advice. Wallow and Gilly, both successful in their own right, took a moment to share some words of wisdom with the troubled rapper. They reminded him that he had children depending on him, that his life was bigger than just his own struggles, and that he had the potential to make a significant impact on the world if he could get himself together. Their words were heartfelt and genuine, coming from a place of love and concern. They urged Kodak to think about his family and the people who relied on him, reminding him that he had a responsibility not only to himself, but to those who loved him. Kodak seemed to take their advice to heart for a moment, issuing an apology to his fans, family, and anyone who had been hurt by his actions. He acknowledged the mistakes he had made, and he seemed genuinely remorseful for the pain he had caused. He apologized to his mother for the times he made her cry, to the women he had wronged, and to everyone who had supported him throughout his career. This apology seemed like a turning point where Kodak recognized the impact of his actions and wanted to make amends. Despite this, the cycle of addiction continued, and Kodak found himself falling back into his old ways. Once again, he was caught in the grip of substance abuse, and it was clear that he was struggling with deeper personal issues. During another Instagram live session, Kodak claimed that the whole world was using the same substances he was, which only deepened the concern for his well-being. He seemed resigned to the idea that everyone was waiting for the same thing to pass on, as if he was giving up on life itself. His words suggested a deeper, more profound sadness and despair, one that went beyond just substance abuse. This statement from Kodak Black hit hard in the rap industry, as many felt that it reflected a sense of hopelessness and a desire to escape from the pain he was clearly feeling. This was not just about drug use anymore, it was a cry for help, a plea from someone who seemed to be struggling with a much more significant personal crisis. His words left many wondering how much longer Kodak could continue on this path before it was too late. At this point, Kanye West once again stepped in, expressing his concern for Kodak and offering support in any way he could. Kanye, who has been through his own struggles and has been vocal about his mental health issues, understands the complexities of addiction and personal struggles. His message was clear. He wanted to help Kodak and believed that he was the one person who could offer the kind of support and guidance that Kodak needed. In a live stream, Kodak responded to Kanye's message, acknowledging that Kanye was a real one for trying to help him. He even hinted at the possibility of a collaboration with Kanye, suggesting that they could work together to make money and create positive change. This was seen as a sign that Kodak might be open to receiving help, and many fans and industry insiders hoped that Kanye's intervention could be the turning point in Kodak's life. Kanye West's involvement in Kodak's life has been one of the most significant moments in the rapper's recent struggles. While Kanye himself has been controversial at times, his genuine concern for Kodak shows that he understands the challenges the rapper is facing. It's unclear what the future holds for Kodak Black, but there is hope that with the right support, he can overcome his demons and turn his life around once again. The road to recovery is never easy, and it may take time, but the fact that people like Kanye West and others are stepping up to help him gives hope that Kodak Black may have a chance at redemption. In the end, Kodak Black's story is one of talent, struggle, and the search for redemption. His journey highlights the importance of community, the impact of addiction, and the need for support when someone is going through a rough time. Whether or not Kodak will be able to overcome his struggles remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the people who care about him are not giving up on him, and they are determined to help him find his way back to the person he was meant to be.